Hello, everyone. The New York State budget was adopted over the weekend, and I've been trying to keep you updated on the budget for the past several months. So let me share with you where we seem to have ended up. As I've told you before, we have been asking for a 3.2% increase to our OPWDD rates with no restriction on how to spend the funds. We ended up with a 2.84% increase to our rates. Wouldn't you love to know how they come up with these numbers? 1.5% is unrestricted and can be used to address rising operating costs. The remainder must be used to provide at least a 1.7% wage increase to most staff, excluding executive staff. It appears that the increase is not limited to those in direct support roles, as it sometimes has been in the past. We were also, as you know, seeking a direct support wage enhancement to boost wages for DSPs and other frontline staff. That request was not funded in the budget. So what does this mean for you? I don't want to be evasive. I just have to tell you it's going to take a little bit of time to sort it all out. It usually takes several months for us to begin receiving the actual money when they increase our rates. We'll also likely take some time for OPWDD to give us instructions on how to calculate wage increases and exactly who's eligible. So we will not be immediately announcing anything about raises until we have more information and until we have the funds in hand. I share that to manage your expectations and make sure that you have accurate information. As soon as we know exactly what we have to work with, we will communicate more with you on this. It can be frustrating when we don't get everything we ask for, but I do consider this budget to be a net positive for sasi and for our field. So a little bit of context, during the first 10 years of the Cuomo administration, according to the rate of inflation, we should have received 19.3% in annual rate increases over those 10 years. Governor Cuomo chose year after year to defer those increases, to say no increases. So we should have gotten 19.3% over those 10 years. Instead, we got 1.2% increase over a decade. 1.2%. That's very, very sad. Now, in the three budgets since the Hochul administration started, we have now received in 3 years 12.7% in rate increases, as well as healthcare worker bonus funds for frontline staff. So yes, we wanted more. We could always use more. You need more. But if anyone had told us 3 years ago that we would end up with rate increases of nearly 13% by 2024, we would have been really excited. So let's take a minute to be excited about the fact that the state continues to invest in our field. We should also note this was a tough budget year for the state. Other fields faced cuts. Our elected officials could have said to us, we've already taken care of you. You've gotten your increases over the past few years. It's someone else's turn. But instead, they continued to show up for us even when facing a deficit that they had to close. Our Western New York delegation was particularly vocal and forceful in fighting for our field. Now, I don't know who said it, but it has been said. You can argue about whether the glass is half empty or half full, but always remember, the glass is refillable. So hopefully you know by now that advocacy is a real passion of mine. I'm the Government Affairs Committee chairperson for DAWNY, the Developmental Disabilities Alliance of Western New York. I'm a board member of New York Disability Advocates, our statewide advocacy organization that takes in all the provider associations. And so I have one of the loudest voices in the state on these issues. I spend a lot of time and energy fighting for you, fighting for the people we support, and I will continue to do that. I will continue to fight and speak out year in and year out to keep refilling that glass. So to sum up, a little bit short on details. We have a general sense of what we've gotten in the budget. The devil's in the details. We have to wait for some guidance and direction from the state to make sure that we spend the money as they expect us to. So stay tuned. I hope this information is useful to you, and we will keep in touch with you as we know more. Later this week, I will be sharing another message with exciting information about a new employee benefit we're offering and about a survey we will be conducting on employee happiness that I really, really want each and every one of you to complete. It's going to be totally anonymous, but a really great chance for us to hear from you how we're doing and what you need. So that's coming in a few days. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for everything.